Hello, Svengers, it's me, Svenny McG. Today we're going to be looking at this guy here. Now, today's video comes from user TTV Exploder, who asked me on a Game Boy Color Wormlight video if this would work with the original Game Boy. Unfortunately, no. The two extension ports are different here on an original Game Boy than they are in the Game Boy Color, so it doesn't connect that way. So then, when asked when there was an alternative for the original Game Boy, that's where this guy comes into play. So let's jump in and take a look. Alright, my friends, as I'm sure most of you know, this is a stain from a coffee mug. And next to it is a Nintendo Game Boy. The Nintendo Game Boy is a fantastic console, you remember it well. You can change the contrast here on the screen, but of course there is no backlighting, so depending on how well the lighting is in front of it, is how well you're going to see. And of course in the night times, in the 90s, driving home, trying to catch a street light in order to see, that made it a little difficult. That's where devices such as this here from Performance came into play. There is an official one, I believe, from Nintendo called the Light Boy, but this guy here is basically your next best. It has a battery pack on the back here, and popping it open, you see it takes two AA's, and it has this little on-off switch here, which we'll see in a second here. So this pries up, and there is a little nub here in order to catch it. And then what you're going to do is these nubs here are what's going to connect to the back here, these battery screw ports on your Game Boy. So slide it right over top, get the front in, and then you're just going to slide this down till it locks into place. If you need to, you can turn the console off and you can actually eject the game here without removing the unit. This will not collapse all the way though. Now, the generalized idea is while playing, everything is much more magnified. Of course, I haven't changed anything else here on this. Through camera lens or After Effects, this is what you're getting out of the unit with the magnifying lens versus that. Hope that picks up some for you. The generalized idea is once I start to kill all of the lights down here, I'm left with very little ambient light. Of course, I have just the light here coming off of the Game Boy itself. I'm going to flip this little switch, and this has tiny little bulbs in it. Again, this one wasn't the brightest unit here, but tiny little bulbs. On my end here, I can tell you that looking through the camera doesn't pick it up as clearly as what I can see just looking at it natively here. But I can tell you this, look at that. If I take this as a base here and I flick this off, that's how much different it is. So again, on my end here, it actually looks much cleaner. You can see there and off, here and off. So what's happening is there's two little lights here on the bottom of the unit, and these two lights on the bottom here are what's powering it. You can see these guys are not brand new LEDs. These guys actually look like old yellowed Christmas bulbs. I mean, they literally come to a point. Check it out. This is what we're working with here. These are not like brand new LEDs, but they were sufficient. And again, for the time, game on. Now, one thing I'd never seen with the unit before was when I first got it, I was wondering what this was, because this was actually plugged into the bottom of this unit. Well, check it out. These ports here, same thing. They're going to connect in there. Slide this in, tab it down. And once I saw that, I realized, hey, I know what's going on here. Now, you can actually connect this guy to a Game Boy Color. She's a wee bit snug, but once you get her settled, there you go, look at that. And same idea here, flick it on, there you go. If you want to see what that difference looks like with a Game Boy Color using these little lights, again, looks less clear to you, but I assure you it's actually notably better than this. Alleyway. Thanks again for checking out this video on this Performance, essentially, Light Boy. And again, please take note, I do answer your questions. I try and keep up with the comments as best I can, and certainly I'm more than happy to, if I have the availability of devices, and I've got a lot of devices here, I will try and answer your questions and provide alternatives as best I can. So please, always comment, let me know what you're thinking. If you'd like to support me, please consider subscribing. I'm so close to that 1,000 mark, and I'd love to surpass it soon. Until I see you all again soon, I hope you take care and be good to each other. Bye now.